my friends, I am back with a haul. It's a small haul, but I think I got some cool stuff to show you. So stick around, check out the loot. Willow, my 10-month-old, and I have been thrifting together a lot. We kind of try to go to like one store a day. I don't think she can handle too much more than that, and our thrift stores are really small, so we just kind of like zip in and out and see what we can find. And hey, listen, y'all tell me what you think, because I just feel like we've been struggling to find any really cool loot lately. Like, we've been leaving empty-handed a lot, and I never used to leave empty-handed. I always found like one or two things. So I don't know. We've been on the thrift struggle bus a little bit lately. I'm hoping that we find some cool stuff here, you know, as we continue to search. But one thing that's crazy to me is I used to only ever thrift on weekends because I, you know, worked in school setting. I was a teacher, school administrator. And so I was always like Monday through Friday, had to thrift on Saturdays, and I still found so much good stuff on Saturdays. And we all know that the best loot is out like in the middle of the week when, you know, they're putting it out and there's not that many people thrifting. So I just don't even know, because I would think that like if we were going out like on a Tuesday or something, that we would find all the loot, but hasn't been the case. That's okay. We do have one honey hole Goodwill that has been relinquishing the goods lately, thank goodness. So I found a few things there, and then a couple like little tidbits here and there. So I'll show you what we found. My like little mom and pop like church thrifts have not been coming through for me lately, and I don't know why, because usually that's like the gold, not Goodwill, but you just never know. Goes to show you never know. All right, so the first thing I grabbed was this box. It's, you know, we've all seen these. They're like, it's Indian hand carved, but what I loved about it is how big it is. It's really big and very tall. I've never seen a tall one like this. And it's kind of funky. It opens from the bottom. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if that would just maybe be more annoying or not, but either way, it's really pretty. And I was super excited about that. So that was $10. And then these things that I'm showing you are all from Goodwill. So just, you guys remember that I get 20%, oh gosh, I get 20% off at Goodwill as part of like a gold membership that I pay for. So it helps, it helps. Jeez Louise, I just like banged into the table. Dumb. Okay, the next thing I found is this really cool pottery storage like little canister. It still has the cork, which I love, and it's in really nice shape. Been finding a lot of pottery lately that's broken, and it's been very hard on my heart. So I just thought this was so cool. I don't know. There's a part of me that for sure wants to keep it, because I've been talking a lot about how I want to do open shelving whenever we gut our kitchen. Not sure when that will ever, if that'll ever happen. So kind of stupid to be hoarding all this thing for like an eventuality that might never happen. But it's so pretty, and I love storage containers. So I don't know what to do. Was $2.99. Then I found this mask, and it's really cool. I think it's from Belize, and it looks like ironwood to me, like a very dark, heavy wood. I don't know, like, I feel like masks have a lot of energy attached to them, so I don't necessarily have a lot of these. I don't have any of these in my house myself, but they sell really well on Etsy. And I mean, this would make an amazing visual statement on your wall. Like, can't lie, and the wood is stunning. So regardless, I picked it up, and that guy will go for sure up on Etsy, as will the wood box. So this was $4.99. Then I picked up this big brass planter. Very rad. Gonna be kind of expensive to ship, but brass is one of those things. So I was just thinking, like, if there's anything that you thrift that you'll always thrift, even though it might not necessarily sell that well, like, is there anything for you that you're like, if I see it, I'm gonna pick it up, even though it might not necessarily sell that well for me? My big thing is brass. Like, I don't know. I know brass is like so popular right now, and like, even Hobby Lobby and Michael's and all of them are selling like fake brass, but I don't sell it that well in my shop. I don't know if I'm just not like using the right tags or something. It doesn't, or maybe I have it too overpriced. I just don't know, but it doesn't sell too well for me, but I can't resist it. I always buy it. And lately, I think I talked in like one of my earlier videos that I've been buying like little brass candlesticks that I didn't used to pick up, but now like I've been buying them just because brass is so hot right now. So we'll see. I'm gonna put this guy up and we'll see if he finds a home. He was $5, so I feel like regardless, he's made in India, regardless, $5 is so good for this. So yeah. Probably won't polish it, probably be lazy and just leave it as is. We'll see. We'll see. Pottery is another thing that's hit or miss with me. Like sometimes it sells really fast, but a lot of the time it'll sit, but I just like cannot resist it at all. So I buy it anyway. The next thing I found is this Vaseline glass, little sugar jar. I wish that they had the sugar and the creamer, but the reason why I grabbed this is because it still had the scoop, and scoops, regardless of like whether it's porcelain or, you know, like what it's made out of, scoops are really hard to find. So it does have like, I was gonna say it has a crack, but it's actually just the line where the glass meets, so that's okay. This is Anchor Hawking, and it's really pretty. This was kind of pricey. It was like $7, I think, so not like cheap, but it's so pretty though, right? It's just so like, the handles are just so Art Deco and just so good. So yeah, didn't want to leave that behind. Then I picked up a couple little odds and ends. So I've talked before that I like to pick up pottery goblets. So I have a couple like one-offs. I'm trying to create like a little collection of them, and then I'll put them on Etsy as like kind of like a cute like mismatched grouping. So this one's super heavy and thick. Like this is solid pottery. So this was $2.99, and I just felt like, okay, I really do think this is cool. It like is so nice in your hand too. I don't know. So I grabbed that. That's gonna be a little bit of a project because it's gonna have to sit until I find some friends for it, but whatever. And then the same thing goes for this little candlestick. I'm pretty sure I have a red one lying around somewhere, I hope. Because again, I would like to do like a little set of these little wood Swedish candlesticks. They're just so pretty. So pretty. And this was also $2.99. Then I grabbed this thing, and I just thought it was really cool. It doesn't open, it's just an orb, which is kind of a bummer. I would much prefer it to be a box, but it's still really rad, solid brass. And look at the holder, it's got like little dragons. And it's made in India. And I just thought it was really cool, like such a great statement piece. I might have to clean this up a little bit. I for sure don't want to, but it would probably be so pretty if I could shine it. Like the top is pretty dusty, so I might try to shine it up a little bit. But how cool is that, like on a bookshelf? That's so good, right? I don't know. I like that a lot. So that was $7. And then at a different Goodwill, I picked up last night. I couldn't decide. Oh wait, I have one more thing to show you from this Goodwill. I almost forgot. It was buried. I grabbed this little Italian Florentine picture frame and picture. I just loved how small and wee and just like how charming it is. It's so pretty. Just like a pretty little motif, but mostly just like always pick it up for the frame. Like so good. And this was 99 cents. Like, come on. Gold. Thrift gold. Okay. But then at a different Goodwill, I found these really random little needle points, and I laughed because maybe like 10 years ago, if I had found these, I would have like cried. Like I would have been so excited. I was obsessed with needlepoint and like crewel, obsessed with like 70s kitsch, like obsessed with owls. Like this would have been like it for me. And then like now I'm like calling my husband like, should I spend $1.50 on these? I can't decide. But I ended up picking them up because they're funny. There's not going to be like a whole lot of resale value in these, I couldn't imagine. But they were, I mean, for the pair, I picked up two. They're both the same, weirdly. I wish that they were different. That would be way cooler. But I picked up both of them, and together they were $1.50. So like you can't really go wrong. And I don't know, I'll probably sell them for like 15 bucks each or something like that. So, you know, not like a huge profit margin, but they're just so cute. I didn't want to leave them behind. So we picked up those guys. Little owlies. These are really fun for like a little gallery wall. Just goes to show how your style just like evolves and changes. And that's like words. Literally, I feel like I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to like anybody else, because what I do is I fall in love with a style. I like go crazy and buy like a million things. Half of it I don't even have space for to decorate with, so it just ends up sitting in piles of like all this stuff I fall in love with and buy, and then I change my style, and then I'm like really overwhelmed because I have like stuff I like purchased with the intent of selling that is not listed yet, so like my death pile, as we say. And then I also have stuff that's like my own personal collection that I'm like not that into anymore, that I'm like, okay, I need to sell this too. So long story short, don't be a hoarder. Don't buy a million things, because you're going to end up maybe changing your style if you're like me and then not know what to do with all this stuff. Okay, last thing is, I don't know if it's my favorite. I think it might be my favorite, which is why I saved it for last. It's this really sweet antique oil painting. It was $10, so super stoked about it. It's not dated, which is a bummer, but it is a really, really charming little nature scene in this like awesome, like beat up old gold frame. I just loved it. So the back looks like this. There was more paper, but it was all just like peeling off. So I kind of just like ripped it because I just couldn't handle it, just stressing me out. And it does have a tag that came with it. So I'm kind of excited about this little piece of history because it says original oil painting by A. Williams. The title is Seen Near Eagle River, Wisconsin. And it's from the Bierfeld Company from Chicago. So the Lewis Bierfeld Company. And I did some research on them. I did a little bit of digging. I couldn't find a single painting from their company, like literally not one. I'm shaking the table and therefore shaking the phone and therefore shaking this video. I'm sorry. I couldn't find any paintings, but they did have like a ton of mirrors. So I don't know if this painting was maybe just like painted for the company to resell, or if this was like a painting that the company like bought and wanted to resell, but it's an original. So it's not like it's like a print, and it is an oil painting. And it's lovely. It's old. I would say my guess is like 40s would probably be like an accurate. I wish I could like, I mean, it's painted on a board, it looks like. Because if it was on canvas, if they're nails, the canvas is nailed instead of stapled, like that's a huge indicator of age, which is very helpful. But it's painted on board, so I don't know. All right, my friends. Well, that's pretty much it. Willow and I've been getting ready for her first birthday. Cannot believe she's gonna be 1 in March. I'm like dying. So we've been thrifting for like serving platters and things like that for her birthday. So things I wouldn't normally buy and things I'll probably like redonate after we use. I don't know if that's like stupid, but I got this little cake stand because I'm gonna do like a pretty dessert table. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I vacillate. I'm like, I really want to have a good party for her, and then I'm like, no, I don't. This sounds hard. Like, I gotta clean my house and have people over and like feed them and make it pretty and buy a bunch of crap I don't need. I just don't even know. But here we are. I sent the invitations, so that ship has sailed. And so I picked this one up. This is really pretty with like a little gold edge. I thought this would be lovely for cookies or cupcakes or something. And then I picked up like an actual cake stand. What I would love to find is pink glass, but I haven't found any yet. I might have to go down south to my honey hole thrift because they always have that. But I picked up this big glass cake stand. I'll probably not use the lid, I would have to think. But the cake stand itself is really pretty. So just cut glass, nothing fancy, but useful. So this was $10 and the other one was $7. So not like dirt cheap, but so much cheaper than like buying it at Target or Home Goods. So whatever. So that's it, guys. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my videos. Thank you. I've got a few more subscribers, so that makes me really happy. So thanks for everybody that's subscribed. And just keep following along with my goofy thrift journey. All right, bye.